Hello, bediddlers. Welcome to part 5 of Mega Man 2. We have now made it to the Wily castle, and we're going to take it to Dr. Wily himself. First thing I must say, this, the song that is playing now, a fairly well-known tune in the Mega Man franchise. It's Wily Stage 1, Mega Man 2. It's a fantastic piece of music, and I absolutely recommend that you give it a listen. We're greeted with Pippies dropping their eggs on us, which we don't want, and we come across an obstacle, a lookout tower, and we can't go through it, so we're going to use one of our our items, and I recommend the Sweet Lift. That will get you over quite nicely. The ribbon dispensers, we might want to use our metal blades to kill them. I was going to say with simplicity, but that proved me wrong. But yeah, this is where the game gets harder, I think, because a life. Don't mind. How many do I have? 10. Lovely. You have, I believe, you can keep collecting lives in this. I don't know if there's a limit. In future games, the limit would be 9. But yes, that's delightful. Sweet Lift again, which is number 3. These stages, you really need to conserve your weapon energy as best as you can, because you are going to need your weapons, your items, otherwise, like here for example. Or incidentally, I don't recommend using the metal blade here as I was doing, because I've had it where I've used a metal blade gets stuck on the screen, and it means I can't access the weapons menu because I need an item to get up to that ladder. Number 3. We could get that life. Oh, let's get that life. Of course, if you were to fall back down again, you'd need to farm to get enough weapon energy to be able to get back up again. So yeah, you need to be careful with how you use weapons here. I'd like to refill my Sweet Lift. Aha, talking of Sweet Lift, that's the sweet spot for taking care of this Sniper Joe. But yeah, let's refill that, because we may well need it again. Climbing the tower. I like the aesthetics of this stage, I should say, and obviously I like the music. Let's continue. There we go. Sweet spot again. Excellent. We come up here and we come across a spine enemy. The thing that goes across the ground. Again, like I said, the quick boomerang can take care of it, although that seems to have cleared off the screen. Now, as we go up this ladder, we notice there's a ladder over there that we need to reach. Now, item 2, the hoverboard, I don't think you can manage it with that. You need to create lift platforms, which is item 1. And you need, oops, don't mind me. You need to position them carefully so that you can get across. Another one. You can do it with 2, but it's tricky, so I don't recommend trying that. Keep going up. These tellies will ignore you. Sorry about that, just enjoying the music. It's a great piece. Right. Now, I'm going to equip the Mega Buster, because now you want to keep going. Don't stop unless you think you're going to fall off, because there's going to be a little friend popping in to say hello. It's the Mecha Dragon, the first boss of the Wily Castle. And if he touches you, that's an instant kill. And if you fall off, that's an instant kill as well. He's weak to the quick boomerang, but we will do it using the Mega Buster, because that's very doable. What you want to do is stay up on this top platform, so that if he does hit you with the fire, you'll be knocked down to the platform behind it. But it's a very quick fight, even without the quick boomerang. But that's the Mecha Dragon. That's the Wily Stage 1 done. And that's a great castle theme. On to the next stage. We're now inside, looking a little bit drabber. It's like we've infiltrated the citadel, you might say. Weapon energy to fill up on. Item 2, always good to have some hoverboard. I'm going to equip the metal blade here because we've got these plunger enemies. Now, This is where things get a little bit tricky. What do I fancy filling up? I'll fill up my item 1 here, although I'd actually recommend potentially leaving that energy because there is an obstacle here that requires item 2, and without item 2 you can't clear it. First ladder, ignore it. Go on the second ladder. Whew, just about made that. And we get a life and we get weapon energy. If you take the other pathway, you just have to waste a lot of crash bomber trying to get through the barriers. So that's the better route. But of course, if you die in the spikes, you need to farm weapon energy. So that can be quite annoying, and that's the challenging aspect about these levels. Another energy tank there, but I don't think I need it. He claims boldly. In fact, I think I might be full of energy tanks. Yeah, I'm maxed out on energy tanks, so that's not going to be necessary. Down we go. Those spikes look particularly devastating. Ah, our friends the moles. You may want to use the leaf shield here to give yourself an easier time. There we go. There we go. And now we come to these presses, I believe that is what they're called. And once again, we need an item to get up here. So if you don't have any item 3 or item 1, you're going to have trouble getting up. You're going to have a lot of trouble. I think it's going to be impossible. The sweet lift, I think, is the best way of doing this. There we go. Ooh, and that does a lot of damage. So what we're going to do here, there's a really tricky bit coming up here. It's here. It's hard to get in between those two presses. So, bing! Freeze them in place, and we proceed very simply. It's safe to drop down here, although you wouldn't necessarily know it. Here is a little bit, you know, if you drop down here and don't move, you may fall into the spikes. Get your item 2 out. Let's go and grab this weapon energy over here. And now we are full energy to take on the boss. The name of which I've completely forgotten. But I'll put it in the comments below. I'll put it in the description. It's weak to the bubbles, but because the bubble will kill each block in one hit. But here we go. We've got a room. And we have to kill these blocks that come out of the ceiling. The bubbles will kill these in one hit, but they're not as good for aiming, so I find that the metal blade is better. Now be careful of these blocks, because they do a lot of damage. There we go. And the metal blade I find is a pretty reliable weapon for dealing with them. You know, this making it look relatively simple, but your first time playing it, you probably won't know where the blocks are coming from. And so it's quite easy to get hit, and they do a lot of damage. 6 damage, so 5 hits and you're dead. So, yeah. You know what I'm going to say, caution is advised. On to the 3rd stage. And now we have a change in music. It isn't the groovy piece that we get in 1 and 2. We get a much more... what's the word? It's grimmer. It's, you know, things are getting serious now. Weapon energy if you need it. Although, I think I would have to use my crash bomber to get this energy. I'll show you how it works. There we go. I was hoping it would get, because sometimes you can get 2 walls with a crash bomber. And we're just going to fill that up. I just wanted to show you how it works. Oh, I really wanted to get that. More weapon energy there, if you need it. And I kind of do want this weapon energy, but nah, we'll skip it. Right, instant kill spikes. So, you want to make... And remember, you jump higher in water. It's sort of like the sewage system, you might say. Like Dr Wily wants to flush us away. Now, normally there are big fish that appear. Oh, there we go. You can't kill those unless you use the quick boomerang. We now come to a very tricky spike drop. It's very precise. I recommend being slightly to the left. Oh, it's really tricky. There we go. You don't have much room for maneuver there, so it's quite easy to die there. That will require some getting used to. Hold right, otherwise you will fall onto the spikes like a fool. That shot mine is irritatingly placed. A couple of metal blades will do very nicely. Don't mind me just getting hit by everything. Let me see, what do I want to fill up? As you can see here, I'm thinking about what is best for me to fill. I'll fill up the sweet lift. There's one more shot man before we reach the boss. Luckily for us, the boss is relatively straightforward. You shouldn't have too much trouble with him. Again, he is weak to the quick boomerang, but I don't wish to use that. I'll bust for him for you. You mean to aim for the head. He just throws pellets at you, and if you fall off, like this, he will send out metals, which makes the fight a little bit difficult, but he's not too bad. And he'll go down pretty quickly, to be honest. So, the Mecha Dragon, quite a daunting fight. The block boss, pretty daunting as well. That one, not too bad, to be perfectly honest. And, but with that, 3 stages in, and that's all we have time for. But, next time, we come to Wily Stage 4, and in my opinion, it's the worst level in the game. I don't like this level at all, but you're just going to have to come back and find out exactly why. But until then, see you next time. Let's see if I can get that glitch to happen with the metal blade that I mentioned. You see? There is the glitch. I mean, it took me a while to get there, but you can get a metal blade stuck on the screen like that. And when that's the case, you cannot select the options menu. And, you know, I'm not sure how I did that. I tell you what I did. I pressed right, down, and left at the same time. Is that what I did? Yeah, roughly. Right, left, right, down, left. And now I've got 3 on the screen, and yeah, I can't progress because I need the sweet lift to get up there. But if I don't have my if I can't access the menu, well, I can't access the sweet lift, so you're just gonna have to reset. So yeah, I mean, it's difficult to get that glitch, but it is possible, so don't use the metal blade there. I also wanted to demonstrate why you need to keep moving. Well, for obvious reasons, but not quite yet. Yeah, the dragon can kill you in 1 hit. And when you die, you don't start... You start quite far away from the boss. And, of course, you need item 1 to get back up there. So you might want to leave that energy capsule there, that weapon capsule, so you can pick it up if you do fail. And lastly, that fight that I videoed, it was so flickery. Let's actually try this again, but less flickery, so you can actually get a better idea of what the boss does. It still flickers, and that is not agreeable, let's just say that much. But yeah, first thing he'll do is shoot. Let's see, he's not doing anything so far. There, he'll shoot like that. He actually doesn't do a great deal, come to think of it. But this is all he does. Use the blocks to your advantage, and when you're ready, you can only shoot him in the head. There you go. He gets more aggressive. But yeah, and one more, and there he goes. So, but yeah, apologies for the flickering there. Yeah, it seems like the NES couldn't handle this, although I don't know why the Legacy Collection didn't fix this flickering. Anyway, see you next time.